Hi, I'm going to now cover the topic of the RTX wireless phone sender. This is a very popular product on the tvtrade.ie website. There's many competitors to this particular product. The reason I prefer this particular one is, number one, it's very good, it works, it avoids interference, and also another key advantage is a single base unit can support up to 4 extension units, which is not the case with many of its competitors, and this makes it both a very neat, a technically good solution, and also a very cost-effective solution. So simply open the pack here to show you what comes with it. And basically we have an extension unit, which we can see here has a plug and a single input, and we also have a base unit which is 2 inputs here. Doesn't matter which input we use, and also we have an extension lead and some adapters and an information sheet. Now over here we have a single extension unit. Okay, now when would we use this? Well, there's many uses for it, for sending data to a second location, for putting in a phone point if you want to put a phone on a different point in the house. But on the tvtrade.ie website, the main reason that we're selling it is in relation to the Sky multi-room, where you have several boxes and you need to connect them to all to a phone line to fulfill the Sky obligation. You know, it might be practical to run a phone wire, may not be neat to do so. So the RTX wireless phone sender offers a solution to this problem. So the base and the base unit here comes pre-married to the extension unit, and we can verify this in the following way. If I come along and I plug in the base unit here, it'll turn green automatically, and if I put in the extension unit beside it, it'll initially green red till it identifies the base unit in the addition area. And the reason that we know it's married to this particular one is if I turn off the switch here, the base light goes off, and now we can see this goes into an orange mode because it can't find its master unit. Okay, so the two of these are pre-married together. Okay, so what we want to do then is we would take something like this extension unit that's here, okay, and we would perhaps want to marry it to one of these units here. Now I won't actually do it in this one. I'll just use a demonstration of this particular one here. Okay, I just want to see, has this been married already? This flashes on green, so this is another unit that we've married at an earlier date, and I'll just try this particular unit, and we'll come along, and this one is in a red light position, so we can see this unit is not yet married to this one. Now the fact that it's in a red light rather than an orange position, we know that it's not married to another unit that's not currently present. So how do we marry to this particular unit? Well, I just plug out the 2 units, and I get the phone cable, and I plug it into either one of these slots, and I run the phone cable over here. I'll just actually knock off both switches here on the wall, and I'll come along then and I'll knock on the power switches. So you can see now when this thing comes up here, it'll come up on a red light position like that. And after about 30 seconds or so, it'll be married to the additional unit there now. So it's the same situation now. If I turn off the mother unit, it'll look for the master unit, and in a minute it'll go from a green to an orange light position because it's looking. So these units have been, so that's the full total of how to do it in terms of marrying the slave to the master unit. Okay, now we're ready to send the phone signal. So the purpose of this entire process is to be able to send the phone signal from the telephone point in the house to the various satellite boxes. So now we have 2 slave units, extension units that are married to this master. So all we do is we come along and we go to the main phone point in the house. So you can see this phone point here. This part was traditionally connected directly into the phone. So normally what we'd use is something like this phone adapter here, which simply slot into the faceplate. This one, because of the shape of the wire, what we'll actually do is we'll come along and we shove this in here, and now we have 2 connections here. So the traditional phone that's been there previously, we simply come along and we get this phone here and we connect it into this extension, and now we have the other side of the double adapter is available here, and so you can see this working. We'll slot this in here, and we'll put this not into the slave unit as I've done here, but into the master unit. Either side will do. And what I do here is I plug it in, and I have a green light position here, okay? And now what I would do is I would take the extension cable, the cable that comes with the extension unit, which is here, and I would introduce you to the, in this case we're going through an example where we'd have a Sky and a Sky Plus box being installed into a house, okay? So what I would simply do at this point is we would come along and we'll plug this extension unit in here, and the question is this getting signal from the master unit? And we know it is because we can see a green light on here, okay? What I do here is I would simply come along and I push this cable in here, and then I turn around to the back of this Skybox, and you can see there's a telephone slot here. And what we would do here is we would put this slot in here, and that's it. And we plug this unit in here, and now we can do a phone back on the Sky, and would permanently leave these boxes connected like this. So, you know, sometimes you'll need to buy just the base unit with a single extension. Sometimes you'll need to buy 1, 2, 3 additional extension units with that, and that's how we can do it. So we can turn on the. I would always advise people to turn on the card originally with the extension unit. That's the most effective way of testing does it work properly. But I mean, I've never come across a scenario out of maybe 100 installs I've personally done, or hundreds and hundreds of these units were sold on the internet, where this hasn't worked. It's a very, very reliable piece of kit, and that's it from beginning to end. The RTX wireless phone sender, how to install it and how to add on additional extension units.